How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more Town of Salem 2. In this video, we'll be playing as the Executioner. Hope you enjoy. Alrighty, so we've entered the game as an Executioner. We are number 5 on the list. Let's get it. Executioner gaming, boys. So it looks like our target is number 8. So we got number 6 saying, Australian cats be like Mew. 11 says, Town power, town protect, lookout. 3 leaves. Alright, we already got 2 levers. I assume 3 was like Baker, and then 7 was their neutral apocalypse teammate and also left. Could be wrong. Maybe it's Coven, or maybe it's unrelated. But usually when someone leaves and someone else follows up, it's 2 people of the same faction. So, we got 14 claiming town power. We've got 11 claiming town power. They say Crusader on 14. You know, I'm tempted to pop out and just say that I went on 11 and then went on 8 and their enemies getting a very easy and clean executioner win. Maybe I'll just try that. 11, 8 enemies. Let's see. Shroud leaves. Alright, good luck. See if we can get 8 hanged. 11 immediately says alright. Okay. So it looks like they trust me. 14 leaves. 6 was Berserker. Fight to Coven. So we've already made the setup. 8 enemies with 11. 11's a town power. It makes sense that a seer would check someone alongside a town power claim. Okay, yeah, the Baker left and the Berserker got killed. That's pretty tragic. We have to go for a quick win because if town's gonna win because of all the levers, we gotta sneak through. Where's this one? They say 8 claim. Let's see what 8 says. 8 claims town killing. 10 visited 6. 10 visited 6, they say. No, there's someone else with a better lead. Okay. 8's lol. 10 and 8 goes, they say. Oh, wait, is 11 Marshal? 1 disconnected as well. Bro, I've never seen so many levers. 10 and 8 goes, they say. They say I'm crying. Why is everyone disconnecting? I know, right? I haven't seen so many levers. 10 and 8. Marshal, go. Yep, good. Alright. I had a feeling it was Marshal when he said 2 numbers. Alright, 10. And it's funny because 8 has the worst possible fake claim. They've claimed Vigilante, Night 1 reloading, Night 2 reloading. They're never going to trust it. 10 claims silenced. Alright, 8 next. They say doubt. They say it's Tribunal, bro. Yay! Okay, that's such an easy W. But, to be honest with you, did we have any other choice? If we tried to be slow Executioner, I think we lose. The Vigilante would have just ended up confirming themselves. And so many people have left that, Town's probably just going to win anyway. So we can't leave it too long. 8 leaves as well. Oh my. Alright, look at that graveyard. Shroud dead, Berserker dead, Baker dead, Executioner dead. Well, Executioner gone. We are now out of there. Whispering 11 was the best possible move. Luckily, it was Marshal. I was hoping he was Marshal or Prosecutor. Marshal ended up being for the best because 10 was found to be a killer. 10 was Necromancer, who claimed silenced. 11 says, well, we didn't have any better info. 1 out of 2. This has been the weirdest day 2, LMFA. So, yeah. Pretty weird day 2. Alright, well. Curious to see how this one unfolds, but I think it's just going to be a clean town win. Can't really see it going any other way. So the main thing I was worried about with 11 is that I was worried that he was a veteran and it was immediately going to call me a liar, which is why I debated whether or not I whispered to 11 or 14. I figured 11 because he said town power and wanted protection. Probably not something a veteran would do. Most veterans wouldn't do that. And then the second thing I was worried about was, what if there really was a lookout on 11 or a Crusader? Okay, the Illusionist left. Or what if 8 was veteran, an easily confirmable role? What if he was Depp? If he was Depp, he probably would have just shot me. And then people would have called him fake. But what if he shot 10? He could have. Okay, Ritualist takes out the Marshal. I would be very surprised if Evils won. If Evils win, it would mean that there's barely any town in this. Alright, Monarch leaves. He was town power. I don't know why this guy DC'd. Who knows? Maybe town loses. If there's 2 Coven left and one of them's a Writ, and there's more neutral apocalypses, it could just be over for them. The Spire's dead too. Died to a Crusader. Bro, there was a Cruse. There was a Crusader in this, and he could have gone on 11 maybe. Obviously, Crusaders shouldn't go on day 1 town power claims who ask for protection, but sometimes they do, which could have really messed us up. Alright. 2 is saying that 4 visited no one. 13 says, damn. Guys, I think town loses. 4 says, I'm going to be honest right now, hang me. So 4 is claiming Jester. So we've got a Jester, Crusader, potentially 2 Coven, one of them being Writ. Crusader. Interesting stuff. Wait, he's claiming Ritualists. You know, I don't know if I would have done that if I was him, but maybe he's Jester. He says, yeah, Writ, entire Coven gone, which seems believable, considering 1, he didn't visit anyone, and then 2, there weren't any Coven killing kills. It was just a Ritualist kill. I don't know, man. If I was 4, I don't think I would have given up. I think I would have leaned into being a neutral evil and arguing that there's 2 Coven left in order to not hang. Maybe now it's going to be a town win. The Ritualist could have sniped the Cruz. Weirdest game I've had in a while. GG. Bro, this game was weird. It was so weird. Like, you got Shroud leaving. Baker leaving. 8 and 10 getting hanged. 1 leaving. 14 leaving. Like, what? 9 says, okay, GG. 13 says, GG. So, rest in peace to the Wolf. I'm still hoping he's Jester. No. Feels much too easy to be GG. I'm not confident. Who knows? Maybe it just ends. Could just end right now. He says there's no Coven. Are there more neutral apocalypses? Entire Coven gone day 2. Game doesn't end. Game, in fact, does not end, which is why I wouldn't have given up if I was the Writ. Now, maybe the tracker is Plaguebearer. If I was the Crusader, I would go on the tracker, though. Because who else are you going to go on? 2's Plaguebearer, by the way. Well, well, well. The tracker is Plaguebearer. Makes sense. They're freaking out because I gave up, lol. Says 4. 9 gets killed. Did he die to Cruz? Because that's what the whisper spam was all about there. The Crusader dies. Oh, there was a pirate in this. Wait, does pirate win? Dude, they never expect the hidden pirate. Who the hell was this guy's targets? What? Yeah, so the reason why this guy knew was because he was rapidly whispering 4, which is really funny. The pirate leaves. Wait, I think it's a Plaguebearer W. Dude, that is one of the most hidden pirates ever. Did anyone see that coming? Yeah, this is the Plaguebearer win. 13 just goes, oh. Trapper. He's a Trapper claim. It's over. Plaguebearer wins. 2 says, no shot I win. What was 12 claiming this game? He barely said anything. Wow. Weirdest game ever. An untransformed Plaguebearer is gonna win. Not even transformed with 2 people left in the game. Was the Plaguebearer not visiting? Just a strange game all around. This game felt like an apocalypse movie. Everyone dying. Did he transform? There it is. Bro, the story I have, sis, too. What did this guy say? Honestly, I stuck around just to see what else would happen, and this is just crazy, lol, yeah. Bro, I'm telling you, if the ritualists didn't give up, they could have won, like, very easily. Like, just think about it. There's a pirate you could have pushed. You hang the pirate. Maybe you kill the crusader. It's still difficult, but potentially winnable. Maybe the plague bearer transforms and then you immediately tell everyone, hey, the tracker claim is probably the plague bearer. Get him hanged. Although, I don't know if the plague bearer would actually transform considering there were 2 people left and they hadn't transformed yet. But even the trapper claim you could hang. You could just be like, oh, trapper? No way there's a trapper. Just get them hanged easily. This guy says, bro, I got lucky. I had Vigilante Illusionist Crusader. Wow. So I got one of his targets hanged. The Illusionist left. And then Crusader was bound to die eventually. Well, Rip to the Trapper. Where do you place it? On 11. Crusader Spy. Ritualist breaks through him. Crazy game, boys. GG. You don't see that every day. GG. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Subscribe for more. Click the video on your screen. And I'll see you in the next one.